Yo, people, welcome back to the Fix Podcast. It's your boy Naro here with Ari. All of a sudden, I'm gonna see if it's just talk proper. I don't know if it's the influx of Englishness we've been having lately.
The Queen's English.
The Queen's English. Oh yes, we're there, people. Before we get to our special guest in the building, our international guest from overseas.
Yeah. He's special. He's a special guest.
Indeed so.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by
Sensi Medical Cannabis House, located here at Pulse Center.
And also
38 Trafalgar Road. Yeah. Pulse Center. And of course, shout out to Lothian's Boutique for my hair.
Okay.
Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique.
I thought they were getting a code area personally.
Oh yeah. Use extra 20 to get like 20% off.
On what?
Here. And they're having a sale now. So follow them.
You're a brilliant saleswoman, brother. Alright, people, so as I said, we have an international guest in the building. He's a DJ. He's from the UK. And he goes by the name of DJ Chris Satta in the building.
What's going on, guys? You good?
Thank you for joining us
Thank you
tonight.
for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
So first of all, let's just talk about your mixes, because I was listening to them and I was like, say, if Chris play I want party, I think I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like at a
Biggest
local
DJ.
party.
Yeah, at a local party. And to me, it's surprising because I'm like wondering if it's for SoundCloud or it would be a different experience. But if the transitions are good, the BPM them match,
Of
like
course.
especially when you change it. Me I say in a halting and jerking and you're not a dash song, and I'm like, this is really good mixing. But then everybody always say like, yeah, but for an Englishman, let's say for an Englishman,
basic DJ skills.
right? No, but we take it for granted that everybody
It's
think
true.
that them
It's
can
true.
play like this because you have a laptop and you can play music on the computer is a simple thing. But especially dancehall music, and of course, as I said, an Englishman, like talk about like your journey into dancehall, learning to play dancehall music and into the
So
culture.
originally I was into reggae music. So I was really into like the old school, like Studio One, Treasure Isle, like stuff from like the 60s, 70s. And I really got into that. And around the same time I was learning how to mix like electronic music, like drum and bass. So I learned how to mix, and then after a while I kind of got a bit bored of mixing the dance electronic music. So I thought, well, I need to learn how to mix reggae. And then, after that, I kind of just transitioned to dancehall naturally. And since then, it's just been dancehall all the way, pretty much.
So when you say reggae, learning to mix reggae, what do you mean? So it's old time 1980s, like early mixing.
Earlier than that, like
Studio
60s, 70s, yeah.
And
So I wasn't really mixing it. It's kind of just, you do the transition. Whereas with dancehall, you can mix it straight. But with that kind of music, you can't mix it too much. You just have to just
Play it straight.
Yeah, because you said that your first introduction into Jamaican reggae music was from your brother's collection, right?
Yeah, so he collection, I think, is a bit, he basically just gave me like an old Bob Marley CD. Yeah. And I picked that up and I was like, it kind of connected with me like on a different level to like other stuff that I'd heard. And then from there, I just wanted to know everything about it, and I just got into it like that,
Isn't that great? Bob Marley's so good. Like he's just like the transition. So when you realize Bob Marley, and then you book up on
if you ask
Spotify,
someone in England about reggae music, they'll just say Bob Marley, So that's
pretty much.
But like beyond that though, so you've learned, and I'm sure you've discovered and you've explored more than just Bob. So like what is it about reggae music first of all that was so encapsulating to you?
I'm not sure. It's something about it you can't really explain. But I think really it was like the melodies, like the sweetness of it. Like it just sounded sweet, and like the bass lines as well. So that, and then also the fact that it's from somewhere a lot more exotic than the UK. So you listen to reggae and you're kind of transported to this nice hot country, tropical,
warm climate.
Yeah, and it's just it adds to the
You think
romance
it
of it.
personifies the island, like the sound of reggae music.
Like it kind of takes you to another place, as opposed to being in the UK where it's cold and wet.
Where you say you come from, Cleppington?
Cheltenham.
Cleppington.
Close.
Wow. No, don't do that, Chris. That was not close at all. That was way off.
Listen, hooks and phonics. But just
Clipping tongue.
Clapping.
Might just name the podcast that Clipping tongue.
I'm sorry.
right.
I didn't mean it. I've
God.
never been to England. I just know only one place, and that's London.
People in London don't know about Cheltenham either, so.
What you pronounce it?
Cheltenham.
Cheltenham. Yeah.
Cheltenham.
Yeah.
That's what I say with the accent. Cheltenham.
Yeah, I read that. I was way off.
Yeah.
But right, what was the song like in where you
It's
live?
where I'm from. So
Yeah.
basically, reggae music is like the least popular music in that place. Basically, like I think I was probably like one of like 3 or 4 people like at my school that even knew about reggae. So for me, it was kind of I had to go out there and learn it for myself, like, and properly research it. Whereas if you live in somewhere like London, somewhere where there's more Caribbean, you're kind of exposed to it more. So I think for me, it was kind of more of an individual sort of journey rather than something that I was exposed to.
But now you're in Bristol,
So Bristol, I'm back and forth. Yeah, so Bristol is...
which has more of a more.
Yeah, so Bristol is like the next biggest city from Cheltenham. And there is a Caribbean community there, but still compared to London, anywhere compared to London in England is just... dancehall and reggae is just not...
I've heard that there's a big dancehall scene in Liverpool too.
Liverpool, I wouldn't say massive. The main cities really, London, Birmingham, you got Bristol, and Manchester as well. I mean, everywhere, anywhere there's a Caribbean community, there's gonna be dancehall. But the main ones are London, Birmingham, and Bristol.
What about dancehall now that hooked you?
So dancehall, really, I didn't properly get into dancehall till I actually came to Jamaica for the first time.
When was that?
So that was about 5 years ago now. Yeah. So until that point, I was pretty much just a reggae purist. Like I just loved reggae, like everything about reggae and dancehall. I did love it, but not on the same level. Like it wasn't until I came to Jamaica and I really kind of, heard it getting blasted out on the street corners and stuff that I really kind of got it in that way. And because dancehall definitely sounds different in Jamaica to anywhere else, I think, because it's the place that it's from. So really from that moment onwards, it was just dancehall straight.
So it was like a dance you go in your ear?
No, I don't think it was even that. I think it was just hearing it out on the streets, like pumping out people's cars and stuff like that. Like that really kind of just, I was like, okay, I get it now. Like I liked it before, but I wasn't as interested in that as I was in reggae. But now it's like the other way around. Yeah.
So you've grown to it. I was
Yeah.
I was laughing because I'm like, what is the connection or how you get from Bob Marley to like when you first hear Vybz Kartel? Like what was the first Vybz Kartel? Well, I'm just saying Vybz Kartel, but your first dancehall act you hear.
I couldn't even say. I don't know. My memory wasn't so good those times.
No,
so
but no. Just talk from that moment, that connection from Bob Marley to dancehall, like, cause it's such.
What stood out to you more like when you first listened to dancehall?
It was just the rawness of it, because reggae is more sweet and a bit more polished sometimes, whereas dancehall it's just raw, and it's just something about it just reflects the atmosphere of Jamaica that I was in at the time more than the reggae, because the reggae obviously it's been around for years, so it doesn't represent the young people in Jamaica. Yeah.
But and I think key thing to point out to is like it would be what is being exported to England, to London. So it's like it would be a more refined dancehall than anything else, and not the raw what we know and what we love down here. So that you think that was the difference to like why you kind of probably like it's okay.
Maybe.
Versus when you come
I couldn't say really, but it was a transition. It wasn't like overnight, but it was a transition, yeah. And I think also with reggae, it's kind of, there's only so much reggae you can find and only so much new reggae that's coming out. Obviously, you've got the new wave of reggae artists, but they don't release that much music, and it's hard to generate original reggae songs. Whereas with dancehall, it all sounds fresh. A lot of it sounds a lot more current.
Music,
yeah. So,
but you reggae, kind of have gone, it reached all over the world, because we know that we have American reggae bands like Californication and J Boog and everybody. So how is the reggae scene from those people? Like, are you connected to their sound, their kind of reggae versus?
Not really.
No. Talk about that, because
for me that's kind of reggae that is being presented to people who don't listen to reggae. It's kind of their interpretation of reggae, you know, in the same way that you know, you have like, I'm trying to think of something similar. Like you have artists that incorporate a reggae sound, but they make it part of something else, so that it's more sort of it's more like palatable to certain people.
Because I was thinking the Bruno Mars song when he did with Damian Marley, that have reggae sound, but it more sound.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if a song's good, a song's good.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who makes it, doesn't matter, you know. But I think, on the whole, I think that kind of stuff it's more. Yeah, it's more poppy as well, isn't it? You know.
So you have a gig on BBC One Extra.
So the mix, I guess mixed.
Mix.
So that's basically, so I did a mix for the midday show, and I've done stuff. I work for the BBC across a few different shows. So I work for a station called BBC Introducing, which is all about uncovering like new talent. So if there's like an unsigned artist or someone who's not as well known, the whole point of that station is to get them played on radio. So I work for BBC Introducing, and really I'm trying to push dancehall, you know, on that station as much as possible. So, but it's a long journey getting to the top of BBC. But yeah.
Where's your thing in relationship to like Shawnee B's?
So Shawnee B's, so he's basically got the top show within dancehall on the One Extra. So I'm a little way off that, but with my freestyle platform as well, that's
your YouTube thing.
Yeah. So that's separate to the BBC, but that's definitely getting me a lot more attention. I'm gonna say the Chronic Claw freestyle, and it was done here. In Jamaica, Grafton Studios.
I think, but you have quite a number of them, and they're all done at Grafton. Were they all done at Grafton?
T-Pharmacy too.
Yeah. So I did about 16 at Grafton. Which took me through to about like late summertime, and then I did a few more in London with like some UK dancehall artists, and then now I'm back in Jamaica to do the next series.
You was here to organize those, but
so I was so I'm doing that. I'm in Jamaica now to do the freestyles.
Oh, you're doing more now?
So this week.
Can't tell about who you have next?
No.
Of course.
I don't want to jinx it, you know. I don't want to.
Oh, but you line up a couple and them say them will come and yeah, cool.
Okay, but the Chronic Claw on the bud still.
And I see that you can in your mixes on SoundCloud that you like the 6, like especially because you have one dedicated 100% squash and Chronic Law. So
I mean, you know, you can't avoid, you know, what they're doing. They're doing something massive. So it's only right that you reflect that, you know, as a DJ. And Chronic Law, Squash, Javelani, like they're the sickest thing right now, like in dancehall. For me, anyway. You're
a DJ on UK radio.
Yes.
There's an article going around on the Jamaica Gleaner about UK radio replacing reggae with Afrobeats. Has that been your experience? Do you know anything about that?
So, I mean, reggae and dancehall has always been marginalised on big national radio stations.
In
England?
Yeah. So, I mean, even BBC One Extra, which is, you know, the black music radio station for London. Urban. Yeah. Even, you know, the dancehall show on that is, you get one dancehall show all week, you know, and that's that's in the later hours. So even on the main urban music station, you know, in the UK, dancehall is still kind of not in the main sort of spotlight. In terms of Afrobeats, I think right now in the UK there's a sound which people are calling Afro swing. So it's basically like a fusion of Afrobeats, dancehall, and rap. So that's kind of like the popular sound right now.
Afro swing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they spent much time thinking about the name.
Because you know what? We were doing some research on it, and because I realized you have Afrobeat, you have Afrobeats.
Yeah, so
now you're saying Afro swing.
So Afro swing, yeah. So that's kind of like a fusion of.
But isn't Afrobeat already a fusion too? Like it feels like a fusion of.
Yeah,
They're
I think that statement isn't true. Basically, I don't think Afrobeats is replacing dancehall. I just think there's not enough light being shone on dancehall, and it doesn't get the credit. So yeah, I mean it's interesting because dancehall and Afrobeats are both genres that aren't really given much of a spotlight in England. So yeah, but in terms of it being replaced, I wouldn't say that's true. No.
That's interesting you say that. I think that Afrobeat is blowing up in the UK though. It's not. It's marginalized.
It is, but I'd say pure hardcore Afrobeats. It's not, a main popular genre of music,
So who would be like the biggest in your estimation, biggest Afrobeat artist in
probably Wizkid still.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you've got obviously Mr. Easy, I'm trying to think now. You've got Runtown, you've got
Burna Boy just win.
Burna Boy, of
BET.
course, Burna Boy as well, of course. But it comes and goes. Like the hype comes and goes. But I think dancehall is something that has always, well, for as long as I've been doing music, it's not been given much of a spotlight in the UK. It's always been very much underground.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's interesting because dancehall is massively influential on so much of our music. So we have a lot of music that was born in the UK, like genres like grime, drum and bass, dubstep, garage, of course rap as well. That all kind of has a sort of dancehall originates, that, if you know what I mean. So it's interesting. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why it is. I just think that maybe it's just because it's seen as a Jamaican thing. So it's like, why would we want a UK version of a Jamaican
thing?
But I don't know.
From your experience when you DJ and interact with people who listen to you when you DJ, what type of dancehall music do they tend to like? Do they like the new stuff, or do they like the old time 90s, early 2000s?
I'd say it's more like
things?
Sort of mid to late 2000s. I mean, you have certain songs that anyone's gonna like, like Serrani, No Games, Sean Paul, Temperature, songs like that you can play to any crowd anywhere and they will know it. But in terms of playing the new stuff, it's hard to play that anywhere. That's not a proper
Full
Caribbean party. Like the events that I do a night called Rock Off, which is it's a dancehall party, but we also play R&B, hip hop.
As in Brock Off.
Brock Off, as in the Conscience song. Yeah.
That different from Shawnee B. Brockout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We launched them at the same time, I think, roughly.
Did you rip him off?
Yeah, I mean that's derivative. Brockout. Who came first?
Trying to be a pager.
Well, nah, it's cool, man. I've seen other nights called Brock Off since I've started mine, so it's just and I can't contact them like, why are you stealing my name? Because it's dancehall, these things happen.
No one owned the name, really.
No.
Okay. No, yeah.
And it's the name of a big song, so but yeah, with that party, it's hard for me to play, like 6 artists or Jabalani, like I couldn't play a whole night of
It's
new
hard
stuff.
for you to play at the Brock Off party.
Because it's more for casual dancehall fans.
Okay.
And even popular dancehall parties, a lot of them, it's hard to play the brand new stuff. Like most of the crowd aren't going to know it because they're not tuned in to the dancehall like the way that the DJs are. And there's only a very small number of people that are tuned into it the same way that the DJs are.
So how is that go? So it's almost like you have to infiltrate and probably.
Yeah, so you kind of I might play like one like a Javelani and a Chronic Law, and then play something else a bit more popular, like a classic Vibes Cartel or something like that, just to kind of balance it out. Because at the end of the day, your job as a DJ is to play what people like, but also bring in your own sound. But you're there to please them.
Yeah.
So it can be frustrating. Because I just want to play all the big new songs, and it can be difficult to do that.
6 too, so.
Not in the UK, not yet.
Not yet.
Soon. Working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, and I mean that's an interesting point that you bring up too, because so many people complain that, you know, especially with new music, breaking new music, and especially there's a big contention now in Jamaica that the sound of dancehall is changing. Like, how do you think as a DJ you bring that balance of trying to play songs yet trying to move the culture forward, but still trying to remain rooted in the sound and the music and the culture?
I think you just got to respect the craft of being a DJ. So you know, you build up your set, you play, you know, your songs like Conscience, Do Something, Vibes Cartel, Clarks, like all these big songs that people know and love, like just to get the crowd on side, you know, and to play stuff that everyone knows and they can feel a bit comfortable. And then after that, you kind of, you just bring in elements of the new stuff, you know, just to kind of
test it out.
Yeah, test it out, and just to sort of just slowly bring it in, you know, because you can't just I couldn't just play a whole set of songs that people don't know yet, because the crowd are just going to be like, what's going on, you know. So it can be difficult, but you just gotta.
Yeah.
Do you think like trap dancehall will ever be mainstream and crossover to the type of audience that you entertain and broke off?
It's difficult to say. I think you might get a few songs that do, but I think on the whole, because it's quite sonically, it's not as big. You know, like if you play like a song like Clarks or something that was produced, you know, a few years ago, where it's like you got the big bass line, you got the big drum beat, and it kind of fills the room, you know, and it kind of pumps. It's got, you know what I mean? Like sonically, it sounds bigger.
Yeah.
Like with the trap dancehall, it's kind of smaller. It's a bit more sort of compressed sort of sound. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's.
Got that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's harder for casual fans of dancehall, for casual fans to just get it.
Because they have an idea of what dancehall is already, and then it's just a dramatic shift.
I think it's just a bit of a niche genre. You know, you do have niche genres. Like there's genres of music that I don't understand why people like them.
Like?
Good question. Like you have like, you know, experimental music where there's no beats or anything. You know, it's just sounds, and somebody might like that. They might be like, yeah, this is sick. But to me, I don't get
Enya.
it. It doesn't connect with me.
So, like Enya. Stay away.
Oh, okay, yeah, like maybe a bit more left field than that. But so it's each to their own, really. I think, you know, it's difficult to say. I mean, I'd like to think that it could be, because for me it kind of represents, you know, the youths in Jamaica, and that's the sound that people should be tuning into. But I don't know. I think maybe because it's got that trap influence as well, people are like, well, I don't need to listen to this because I've already got trap. You know, I've already got the big trap songs. Like, why do I need this Jamaican version of that?
As you said,
but I wouldn't call it a Jamaican version of trap though, because when I listen to stuff that you'd call trap dancehall, I don't hear it as Jamaican trap. Do you know what I mean? I hear it as dancehall.
Yeah.
It just has a bit of a trap influence. Like,
That's
I mean,
but you're talking about representation, like interpretation, like the California bands, their interpretation of reggae, so or interpretation of trap, right? Something like that.
But I don't see it as an interpretation of trap. I see it as dancehall. Like it's a vibe. It's
with
like,
a tinge of
it's not. I don't think it's for anyone to say like dancehall should sound like this. I think dancehall is, with any genre, no artist, no DJ, no fan can say this is what it should be, because how do you expect it to grow? And it's like, it's just the sound, it's the vibe. It's like you can't change that. Do you know what I mean? Like if Javalani dropped a song on like some big old school rhythm, you know, like a 90s dancehall rhythm, that's not going to necessarily sound good. You know, it's not going to necessarily connect with people in the same way that a song on a, you know, a slightly more trappy sort of beat is going to sound. So
my final question though to you is, how do you get your music? Like, is it solely YouTube? Like how you connect to, or how
so
you
what, as in how do I get it onto my laptop, or how do I listen to it?
Yeah, just how you come across the new music, how you keep up to date to what's happening. Are you always out here? Like, I know that's an expensive plane ticket, so
No.
so how you get your how you keep connected?
Yeah, so different. I mean, you've got to stay across different things. You can't just focus on one channel. Like, you know, there's certain radio shows that I listen to, certain podcasts, YouTube sometimes, not so much. And then like you've got your websites like Dancehall Arena, you know, like your streaming sites, download sites, and that can usually keep you pretty updated. But yeah, I think it's just a mixture of a few different things. Yeah.
I was fishing.
But when I come to Jamaica though, that's when you really find out what songs are popping.
Yeah, and there's nothing beating coming here and actually keeping your finger on the pulse. But I was actually fishing that you're saying you watch us. That's what I was
Of course I do. Like I watch, like, I mean that's more for sort of stories. I think like what's you know like stories and debates.
And I say, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you having me down, guys. I appreciate it. Man.
Thank you for coming.
I want to know how you make the connection with the artists themselves.
So that's a combination of things. Like some artists quite a lot of artists approach me sometimes. I mean, obviously at the beginning, nobody knew me. Like it was a new thing. So I really had to kind of convince a few people to come down, and then from there.
Financially?
No. Well,
I mean,
no.
Let me hear the accent. I'm there, bro.
No, I think it was the way that I presented it to them. Like, you know, I presented it professionally. You know, it wasn't just like, right, I'm doing a freestyle. Can you come down? It was like, I was presenting, you know, a proper proposal, telling them exactly what I wanted to do with the channel. And I think that probably won a few people over because they saw that, you know, okay, this guy's serious.
Yeah, and and I like it. I like the concept because you hear them rap, not rapping, DJing over different beats, and you know you see them lyrical dexterity and you know them write it, and I'm like, yeah, this cool. It's a good vibe. I like it. My favorite one was the Tifa one.
Tifa one, yeah, she smashed it.
And I love the Chronic Law one.
The Chronic Law one
you get all
went
three of
crazy.
them together. Chronic Law.
I want to go viral.
Yeah.
So it just happened. Like it just.
They all know each other from before, or you just say, hey, go in there.
I know that Chronic Law and Don Pre knew each other. I mean, Sonovich was a big connection. So I know that he works with all three artists. But yeah, it just kind of happened like that.
Chris, you've done so passing through.
Respect, guys. Thank you.
How long you gonna stay? How long till?
It's a short trip. 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah.
I see now. Get the freestyles.
Yeah, in and out, quick.
You never go Culture Clash?
No, I missed it by one day.
But you know, I'm sure he's been when it keep at England, right? No. No.
To me, like I wanted to go. The one I wanted to go to was the one that Popcorn was at.
Yeah.
But I never got to go to that. And when I saw the video of them playing that Drake dub at the end, I was like, oh my god.
You should have been.
I'd been there. But those things, man, they're not. You know, they look good on the video and stuff, but when you're there, it's like a lot of people there don't really know about dancehall and stuff like that.
And
so
the clash culture.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's a bit of a watered down. Not just for English people, but you know,
for dancehall people.
But it was hype here.
And this is the one like you should be at.
Because it was loud. Everybody loved it. It was an amazing energy.
Yeah, I heard some stories. Yeah. I've seen some of the aftermath as well.
Yes. I'm sure you've heard some of the aftermath.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, interesting.
Hey, bada bling!
Oh,
no, that's not
Give that again though, Chris. Where do people can follow?
So follow me Instagram at Chris_Satta, and then YouTube it's youtube.com/Chris Satta.
And tell people then when you play.
So, what, in Jamaica or just generally?
No, on BBC One Action.
Yeah, because I see that you had tours.
Okay, yeah. So my main show is on Westside Radio in London. So that's Monday nights from 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. GMT. Yeah, English time.
Oh.
So that's Monday night around in Jamaica. That's like what, 5-6 p.m.
Yeah. So them can go online and listen and.
Yeah. So that's thisiswestside.com. Yeah, and I always post the SoundCloud link up as well. So yeah.